Assalamu alaikum students. Today I'm here in front of you people for speaking part 3 of your Ielts test. That what in actual part 3 Ielts speaking test would all be about. In the previous two lectures I talked about part 1 in detail wise and in about part 2. Now we are with part 3. What in actual your part 3 is, so far as part 3 is concerned, this would be an extension of your part 2, where detail-wise questions will be asked by an examiner, for which you are not supposed to answer things in yes, no, because you need to look into the nature of the question and you have to answer the nature of the question accordingly. Now, how your bands they are divided, like for three different parts. So far as your part 1 is concerned, that is something about general introductory portion, where things will be asked in simple ways by an examiner. For that, you will be having two bands. As I mentioned in my previous lecture, that part 2 is a real speaking test for a candidate or a student. For that, examiner would allocate 4 bands, and in the end your 3 remaining bands that will be given to part 3. Let's say a topic asked by an examiner from a student in part 2 was, describe wedding party that you attended recently. Now, how an examiner would be extending that part 2 into part 3? By asking questions somehow relevant to the same topic in part 2. Examiner may ask from you, okay, tell me about differences of present time marriages in contrast to past time marriages. That may be an extension question part 1. So far as your part 3 question, part 3 question in detail wise, do you think that the nature of celebration, it has been changed over the ages in contrast to past time? Along with that, do you believe that expenses, they are increased very much in the recent years as compared to past time marriages? Maybe there would be a question that, do you think that the age ratio or the margin, it has also been changed with the passage of time, that people at present, they do not marry as early as they used to marry in their past time? So all these are kind of detail-wise questioning session which an examiner would be extending from part 2 into part 3 that you need to keep in mind. Here, most important thing is that you have to look into the nature of the question. It won't be a game of like yes, no answer. You need to answer the question the way question is asked rather than answering things in shortcuts.